Okay, students, for this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to start creating a drawing file. What you've done up to now is you actually created the part file. The part file, it's this one right here, which is actually the .ipt file that you've been working with. So whenever you do the part file, it is, again, having to do with sketches, extrusions, the whole command, the fillet command, all of that is the part file. So on this video, we're not really going to work with that. In this video, what we're going to work with is now a drawing. We're going to create a drawing and put it on a B-size sheet with a title block and dimensions and center lines and text and notes and all that stuff. So that's what we're going to be working with on this video to create the drawing. Of course, you need to have the part first. And this is the one I'm going to be using for this demonstration, the roller lever. Okay. So whenever we create a part, any file, I like to go through here. We can use these, but I like to go through here, create new, because that way we're actually using the templates. I can specifically see which template I'm using. And by the way, if you were to click on these, I can tell you right now, it would be the wrong template because if I'm not mistaken, these are configured for inches, and the roller lever itself is metric. So don't forget that you do have to keep the units, or I'm sorry, use the right units on these drawings, just like whenever you create the part file. So in this case, metric is going to be your millimeters. We're not going to do this anymore because we already created the part file. So now we're going to go down to the drawing. We're going to kind of scroll down the list here. And really what we can just use is just a regular ANSI millimeter.idw, not the DWG. That is an AutoCAD file. We need the IDW specifically for Inventor. Select that one and create. Okay. We wait a little bit. We wait for the Inventor to get whatever configuration it needs. All right. So once we start the drawing file, the Inventor drawing file, the .idw, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, I do want this on a B-size title block. So if we can see in here, this is actually defaulted to a D-size title block. So that's not what we want. So as far as the title blocks in Inventor, what we're going to do is over here on the left, what we're going to do is we're going to right-click under Sheet, and we're going to edit Sheet. And once you edit the sheet to change the size, in this case, I'm going to want a B size. You simply select the B size and hit OK. And that's your B size. Okay. Now, the other thing too is we are going to use our default title blocks, but this one I'll tell you right now is pretty big. This is kind of big. So we're going to go ahead and remove this one. And I'm also going to move it to the upper right-hand corner. Okay. So on Inventor, the way we're going to do that is we're going to go back to the sheet one, right click, and well, actually, I take that back. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the ANSI large. We're going to remove this one first. I'm going to right click and simply delete the ANSI large, which is that one there. And then I'm going to go to drawing resources, expand drawing resources, and under title blocks, expand that one. And then the ANSI large is the one that was there right now. I'm going to go ahead and just bring in the ANSI A, right click and insert. And you notice it's a little bit smaller. It's not significantly smaller, but it's smaller, so it'll work a little bit better. And by the way, you can configure these so you can kind of change it to make it look different. The default one that we have here is fine, but you could go in here essentially and edit the title block and change it and make it smaller if you wanted to. But nonetheless, this will work for me. Now, to move the title block to the upper right-hand corner from this location to here, we do that on the Edit Sheet option. So to do that, you're going to go back to Sheet 1, right-click, Edit Sheet. And under Edit Sheet, you just simply change the orientation. Pretty simple. Pretty simple how this works here on Inventor. So this is on the bottom right hand. I'm going to move it to the upper right hand corner. Hit OK. That moves the title block. Very good. Okay. So now we're ready to set up our views. Okay. For the roller lever, I can tell you for the roller lever, let me see. Top, front, right side. I guess we'll have to do the three. Top, front, and right side. And I'm going to consider this one here as my front view. So I guess I'll go ahead and leave it like that. So I'm going to go over here to the upper left where it says Place Views tab, and under the base command, you're going to click on the base, and then I need to go look for the file. Okay. So you go look for the file. You have to go and scroll through your Google Drive and find it where it should be on your Google Drive, by the way. In my case, it's in a little bit different location. So I'm going to go look for mine, but again, you go look for yours wherever yours is at. So I'm going to go look for mine. I happen to have mine in the downloads and hit open. Okay. Since I'm going to use this as my front view, that's the way it was modeled. Now, this isn't correct, you could actually change it here before we place it. So just make sure that we're looking at the right one. It just depends on how you modeled it. So if you have to pick a different orientation for your base view, that's fine. And then you can just drag it to the place where you want it. Right over here is pretty good. That'll work. Once again, you look for the right one, whatever you need for your front view. And in this case, this is the one that I want, so that works. Okay. And then once this is placed, you can move it and place it. And I'm not clicking OK or hitting enter or nothing. I'm just simply moving it and then placing it. Once I place it, I can just go up to the top and place my top view. And then I go to the right to place my right side view. And if I go in a diagonal, I can go ahead and place a nice little isometric view up in here. Okay. And then once I'm done with that, just hit OK. And it creates your views. Really cool on Inventor because it does your hidden lines. It does pretty much everything for you without having to guess, as long as, of course, the 3D model is correct. Okay. Now, please bear in mind that if there is anything wrong, something's wrong, the hidden line or something isn't correct, or it's missing the hole, which, oh, I can just notice, thinking that drill hole might not be in the right place. No, I think it is. Well, if anything, you leave this alone, and what happens to fix anything, you just simply go and open. You'd have to go and open the IPT file. Once you go and open the IPT file, let me go and turn on my file extensions. There we go. Once you open the IPT file and make the changes, what's represented in here will get updated automatically. It's really, really cool how Inventor works. Okay. So from here, what we're going to do is we pretty much have the views placed. So we're going to start labeling it. So now that we've done with our placement, if I need to reproject another view from here, I just click on project, select this one and reproject the left view or another isometric if I wanted to. I don't need to, so I'm going to hit escape. I can do auxiliary views and section views. I think I'll do another video for you guys whenever we get to section views. But these are the different things that we can do. But for now, pretty much on the base view is all you really need. Okay, and then we're going to go to annotate. So under annotate, we start placing dimensions. So we click on dimension and you start placing the dimensions. So for here, example, it says 32, 14, 7, and all that stuff. So you're going to go dimension and place a dimension from the top from here to here. Select that one. Okay, and you just start placing your dimensions. Now, once you place the dimension, this little bracket is basically what it's doing. It's measuring this and placing the distance of that. So that pretty much works right there. So that's all we need. And hit OK. And let me look at the drawing. What else I need from here? 13, 32. I guess let me label the drill hole and angles. So those are pretty easy. It's almost like when you're doing your sketches for angles. You select the line, you select the line here, and then it places your angle dimension. Okay. Same thing, it puts the little brackets. And then for this one here, the diameter symbol, which is why you want to use the hole command, because whenever you label a hole, you don't dimension it, you actually go to the hole and thread. You select that one, you select the hole, and then it'll label it with that information right in here. Okay. Of course, this looks a little bit different, so you can actually, if you escape, you can double click on the dimension and change it. So you see right here what it did is it put the little diameter symbol, which we do need, and then it put the number, the 14.30, but then it put through. So I don't really need that. So I can actually take that off. I don't need that. Okay. And I get escape and double click again. Now, this is a little bit more advanced, but it's actually pretty easy. To put the tolerances, that's actually part of the whole command, where you can go in here and start placing tolerances, precision and tolerance. You click on here, and then it brings up this one right in here, and it shows you, let me see, use part tolerance. Hit OK. And I forgot how to do that. I don't do this very, very often. So, show all parameters. There's a setting I'm missing here somewhere. Oh, there we go. I guess we have to click that on or not. Upper, lower. Huh, interesting. Upper and lower symmetric deviation limit stacked. So the upper would be the 14.30, and then the lower would be 14.29. And hit OK, and OK. And I'm not sure why I did that, so I'm doing something wrong. I might have to recreate this video once I remember how to do this. I don't do this every day, so I always forget how that works. But nonetheless, that's how you can do your tolerances. center lines, you can actually go in here and click on center lines and click on here. So you can start placing your center lines. This one here will put them on the hole. So you just simply select the hole and start placing your center lines. Okay. Now remember that whenever you have a hole that's on your top view, you also need to put in the center line. So that one just goes in here in the center line bisector. For that one, for this drill hole, you simply select you go to center line bisector, you select this line, and then you select this line and put your center line right in there. Same thing with this one, you select this one and this one, and put your center line in there too. And same thing on the right side view. So you start putting in your center lines. We have this other one over here. You'll have a need for that one at one point, the certain pattern, and then just a regular basic center line. And then if you need text, you just simply put text here. And when you need it with text and leader, it's pretty much here. So I'm not going to go through this because it's actually very easy, very self-explanatory. For the more advanced students that are thinking about competition, we would have to work with um, precision and removing decimal places, but I'll have to do that separately. Other than that, this for me works just as fine. Okay. So the other thing I was going to mention is that whenever you're placing dimensions, you actually have a few different styles in case you need fractions, or if you wanted to specifically say millimeters. So you can kind of work with these two in case you need fractions also. Other than that, that's pretty much how we start doing our drawings. And of course, you pick the dimensions, you place them in the right location where the best view, and then you save it and you're going to submit it as instructed. Thank you very much.